Welcome back to my channel, the gayest channel on YouTube, or at least I think so. As you might have gathered by now, I love making top 10 videos on this channel, and most of the time I do have 10 entries in my videos. Sometimes I have less because of copyright infringement or copyright strikes or whatever, then I have to remove some segments from my videos, like last week. But that doesn't happen a lot, so most of the time I do have 10 entries in my videos. Anyway, I'm rambling now, but let's get on with the video. Let's take a look at my picks for the top 10 TV characters that should have been gay, but aren't. Let's head over towards the rainbow and follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
The name's Sherlock Holmes and the address is 221B Baker Street.
You don't have a girlfriend then?
Girlfriend? No, not really my area.
While never explicitly stated, early drafts of the BBC drama reportedly played more with Sherlock's ambiguous sexuality, with hints of a possible romance with John Watson. If you don't know the series, it starred Benedict Cumberbatch before he became Doctor Strange in the MCU.
Got my eye on a nice little place in central London. Together we ought to be able to afford it.
It has long been speculated what the true relationship was between the two crime fighters, but the original books never really delved into this. With the BBC series Sherlock set in the modern world, it would only make sense that his sexuality would get an update in this regard. However, the show ultimately presented him as asexual and uninterested in relationships, staying true to the essence of the books by Scottish writer Arthur Conan Doyle.
She was Xena, a mighty princess forged in the heat of battle.
Xena, the warrior princess, lives in a sort of a gay love limbo and is a 90s series that is adored by the LGBTQ community.
We're leaving here as soon as I can get out of this outfit.
I like it.
It was evident from their first meeting that sparks were meant to fly between Xena and Gabrielle, but unfortunately gay relationships were extremely controversial in the 90s and early 2000s TV landscape, and studios were scared to show such storylines. Executive producer Rob Tappert recalls that the studio sunk the Xena-Gabrielle ship before it even left the harbor, and was told that Xena and Gabrielle wasn't allowed to be in the same frame during the opening credits as they were afraid viewers might perceive the show as a lesbian show. Ultimately, Xena's relationship with Gabrielle was heavily implied to be romantic, but the show never explicitly confirmed it, leaving her character officially straight. But true fans of the show know the truth, thanks to the subtle hints.
You are beautiful.
And you are drugged.
Dumbledore being gay?
Yeah.
Well, was that something that was just thrown out for the American press to get them stirred up a bit? No.
So it did.
No, it did, which is obviously
Believe you me.
was very funny. But
Yeah, I found people's reaction to that really interesting, and I'll tell you why.
While not a TV character, the film series is said to be rebooted into a TV series. J.K. Rowling revealed Dumbledore's sexuality after the books were published, and it was never explicitly addressed in the films. As his sexuality was never confirmed, many people speculated ever since the first book was published back in 1997. The Harry Potter films and books didn't explore Dumbledore's sexuality because J.K. Rowling hadn't made it a focus while writing the series. His personal life and romantic interests weren't relevant to Harry's journey, and the books mainly presented him as a wise mentor figure. So in essence, his character was left in limbo between gay and straight for almost 8 years. However, the Fantastic Beasts series delves into Dumbledore's past. With the series reboot on the horizon, many fans are wondering whether his sexuality will be incorporated into the new Harry Potter TV series.
Hey, my glasses! I can't see without them!
Velma Dinkley's sexuality has been a topic of debate for decades, with creators later confirming her as a lesbian, but earlier portrayals kept her straight. Dinkley was first introduced in Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, when the show premiered on September 13, 1969, and TV was a very different landscape back then. The show was meant to be a wholesome family show, and although the intent by creators Joe Ruby and Ken Spears was to have Dinkley be different in a sense, her sexuality was downplayed. While earlier adaptations never explicitly addressed her sexuality, Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo from 2022 made it clear by showing a crush on Coco Diablo, a female character. Additionally, James Gunn, who wrote early drafts for the live-action Scooby-Doo films, confirmed that Velma was always intended to be queer-coded.
Joey, how do you make that dirty?
Yeah, I can do with anything. Watch, Grandma's chicken salad.
Matt LeBlanc once mentioned during an interview that one of the 6 main characters on Friends was initially considered to be gay, but it was never revealed who. Some fans speculate it could have been Joey or another character before the show's final direction was set. Some behind-the-scenes discussions suggest that Joey was originally meant to be written as a gay character, and his extremely close relationship with his roommate, Chandler Bing, may be the lingering after effect of a writing team that were told to write the character as straight. Although a gay Joey Tribbiani would have been groundbreaking for the era, the creators and studio changed the direction of the character and emphasized his womanizing persona instead.
Kirsten and I went to Child Services this morning, and we told them that we want you to stay with us.
Some early drafts of the OC reportedly explored Ryan as a bisexual character, but his relationships on the show remained exclusively heterosexual, with the character being romantically linked with Marissa, Lindsay, Sadie, and Taylor.
You don't get it, before he got here, I was the biggest loser. This place was hell for me.
The OC came out during a time when the Hollywood mindset was finally starting to change, but gay or bisexual characters weren't fully realized as protagonists just yet. So it made perfect sense why the creators decided to downplay Ryan's sexuality. Some fans have speculated about the chemistry between Ryan and Seth Cohen, given their close relationship and the way the show played with bromance elements, with many fans fantasizing about what happens behind closed doors. But the show never suggested that Ryan had any romantic interest in Seth, which was such a shame and a wasted opportunity for character growth and LGBTQ representation.
Oh, I thought that the homosexuals were pirates, but it turns out that most of them were actors in the local theater.
Tobias Fünke from Arrested Development is a character whose sexuality is intentionally ambiguous and played for comedic effect, although according to some sources, he was meant to be a closeted gay man trapped in a loveless marriage.
Oh, Michael, you really are quite the Cupid, aren't you? I tell you, you can zing your arrow into my buttocks anytime.
Throughout the series, Tobias frequently makes suggestive comments and engages in behaviors that lead others to question his sexuality. However, the show never explicitly confirmed or denied sexual orientation. This ambiguity is part of the humor surrounding his character, as he remains oblivious to how his words and actions are perceived. The creators and writers of the show designed Tobias this way to add layers to his quirky and awkward personality. His unintentional innuendos and obliviousness makes him one of the most memorable and unique characters in the series.
Oh, I'm afraid I just blew myself.
There's gotta be a better way to say that.
I said to come along.
These are my friends. My friends who don't listen very well.
Dean Winchester's sexuality in Supernatural has been a topic of much debate amongst fans. While the show portrays Dean as heterosexual, his relationship with Castile the Angel has been interpreted by many as having romantic undertones. This dynamic has sparked discussions about queer representation and subtext in the series. The creators of Supernatural left this interpretation open-ended.
I love you.
Castile's declaration of love for Dean in the show's final season added fuel to the speculation, but Dean's response was ambiguous, leaving fans to draw their own conclusions.
Jeez, doesn't she know any fat guys?
Like any of that's enough to fight the Dark Master. Vader.
Xander Harris is the wisecracking sidekick of Buffy in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and he embodies the sassy gay sidekick trope, but never really fully embraces it.
I think you're drawing a lot of crazy conclusions about the unholy prince. Vader.
Creator Josh Whedon stated during an interview that Xander was meant to be ambiguous and his character would have eventually explored a gay relationship with another series regular, but this idea was scrapped in the writer's room.
Just left me in the basement to terrorize your girlfriend?
The gay story arc was eventually given to Willow, as Whedon still wanted to incorporate this version of inclusivity in the show. Xander's character has been revisited in the expanded Buffy universe, such as in the Slayerverse comics, where alternate versions of him explore different aspects of identity, including being gay.
He is cute, he's funny,
He's a he?
Well, yeah! Oh, God. I feel like...
With Chandler being sassy remarks, sarcastic comments and sharp wit, one would expect his character to be gay. I mean, he's the most obvious one of the group of friends, right?
Well, I mean, when I first met you, I thought maybe, possibly, you might be.
Creator David Crane and Martha Kaufman knew exactly what they were doing when they shaped his character during a time in Hollywood when gay people were seen as comedic relief. And that's exactly what Chandler Bing was to the show. A show that often joked about others assuming that he was gay. His mannerisms, insecurity, and lack of success with women led to running gags about people mistakenly thinking he was gay.
So Chandler looks gay, huh?
Matt LeBlanc once mentioned during an interview that one of the 6 main characters were initially considered to be gay, but never revealed who it was. Lisa Kudrow also once stated during an interview that she was under the impression Chandler was gay when she read the script.
Lovable loser or gay best friend? Long before he wound up with Monica, sorry, spoiler alert, the show Friends considered making Chandler the most prominent gay character in television history.
Matthew Perry said once in an interview that he played Chandler with a bit of ambiguity early on, but the writers insisted that Chandler be played as straight.
Financial Services Lowell? That's who you saw me with?
What? He's cute.
Oh, yeah. It's no Brian in payroll.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy my content, I've got hundreds of videos on my channel. If you want to go down a rabbit hole on YouTube, check out some of my older videos. You can start by clicking on the link of a video that should be appearing on your screen in a moment. Once again, thank you very much for taking time to watch my videos. If you haven't, subscribe and like my videos. It really helps with the algorithm so that other people like yourself that might enjoy my content can find me more easily on YouTube. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.